Alright, today I'm going to make some seed bombs, and basically a seed bomb is just a way of doing some planting of seeds. So what you have over here is some compost. I just got that out of the forest behind the house, and so that's just the top shifted compost of the topsoil. And then I have some pure clay right here. The idea of what we're trying to do is we're trying to have just enough clay to kind of coat the compost enough that it sticks together in a little ball. So we're trying to have seeds that will have enough compost and clay around it to kind of give it a base, and then as it rains in the spring, that ball will, if the conditions are right, the seeds will grow out of that ball. And then one or a couple of those will then be dominant seed, and the rest probably won't make it. But we'll give this a shot. I've got some coneflower seeds right here that I grabbed in the fall, and you can see we've got lots of seeds in there. And so we're just gonna go and take some of this and see if we can go and make those little seed bombs out of it and see how it goes. First, we're going to take 1 scoop, or 1 part compost, 1 part clay. So we'll just put a scoop in there, another scoop in there. We'll just kind of mix it up a little bit, and then we'll start adding some water and some seeds, and then we should be able to make it into a seed bomb. And now I might have had a little bit too much in here, so I'm going to pour some off over here. And we'll start with this. We'll put some seeds in here. We'll get a little bit of water. And we're just trying to make it so that it's moist enough to start making balls. So you can see not much really happening there yet, but you can start to see a little bit, but it's not moist enough. So this is just water out of the water barrel. Now you can see there's starting to be a couple little balls. It's starting to work. Still not quite wet enough though. Let's add a little bit more back into here, and you'll see how that goes. It's definitely starting to get a good size, and you can see the seeds in there. We'll throw the rest of this in here, and maybe throw a little bit of clay in with it and see if that will make for a little bit of a bigger ball. I was expecting ones about this size. Not getting as much of that. Let's throw some more seeds in there and see if that's the magic. So you'll see some of them. Let's throw some more seed in there. It'll be very seed heavy then. Alright, so definitely there's a fair amount of seeds in here. Let's take one apart real quick and see what, yeah, you can see the seeds all in there. More than enough seeds. So I think maybe the smaller ones probably is a little bit better because there's not so many seeds in it. So I'll chalk this up as a probably success. We will go and throw it out and see what happens in the spring. How about we pick a little area in the hugelkultur that we just built we'll throw it out there and we'll see if there's a stripe of these coneflowers come springtime. I've got a little notch right here, and let's say right on the left side of that, let's go and put these all over it, and we'll see if we have a really nice strip of coneflowers. All right, that's experiment 1. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. All right, next up, we're gonna go and take some licorice, and I gathered some seeds in the fall, and it probably doesn't matter. There's extra leaves and stuff in here. It's just more compost. It's kind of the way I look at it. Doesn't need to be perfect, but you can really smell the licorice smell coming off of this. It really smells good. All right, so we'll start with that. We'll do a big scoop of compost and an equal scoop of clay. And we'll see what we get to. Now these are making bigger balls. And I have no idea why, because we're doing it the exact same way. I was kind of expecting it to be about this size. And if you get into here, you can see the clay on the inside, and it seems a lot more clay on the inside than the outside. Some of it, yeah, you can definitely see the clay in there. That clay is helping to bind everything together. There you go. All right, let's go and make another spot of this in the new hugelkultur. All right, so we are going to go and go in the right side of this notch, and we're gonna put a big stripe of these licorice, and let's see what happens. There, we just planted it. It's all done. Hopefully we'll go and get some licorice right in this area, and we can see how well the technique works. All right, let's go and do some mullein seed. Look at this right here. Oh, see how soft that is? That's cowboy tissue paper. Here's the seeds. We'll throw some in there. There's literally gazillions. And so we'll see if we have one area that has a gazillion mullein seeds. All right, so we do a scoop of compost and we do a scoop of clay. And we start mixing them up. You can see it's dry still in there. So if it's dry, you need to add a little bit more, but I've been told that mullein has a lot of medicinal uses besides the cowboy toilet paper. This could be one way you don't have to buy toilet paper anymore, if you're into that sort of thing. I have yet to try it myself. It'll be interesting though. So those are really small seed balls. These seeds are so small though, the mulleins, I would assume that they want to be right up at the surface. So this is probably a really great way of planting them. Let's go and do another strip over at the hugelkultur. All right, this one is going to be a mix of wildflowers. And so we are doing this so that we can have our front lawn be a bunch of beneficial flowers, wildflowers, and beneficial plants for all the insect life. Look at that beauty. All right, let's go in the front yard Look at those seed bombs going. We'll have wildflowers everywhere.